Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and if you know your boy Moon Lambo, then you know there's no way I could ignore this article. There's no way in hell that I was just going to pass by on this one. This is going to be fun. It's time to bust some FUD. Here's an article from Bitcoinist.com, and it's titled, What Tone Vase Hates Most About Ripple's XRP Token. As if it were ripples and not just distributed ledger technology. And for those of you that don't know, this is Tone Vase right here. He's very well known within the world of cryptocurrency. Certainly on Twitter, he's frequently cited in crypto media. And so there we are. Here's what he says about himself here on his Twitter profile. He's got 194,000 followers by the way. So like this is not a small thing. But derivatives trader, analyst in YouTube and economics, finance, blockchain, and Bitcoin. Host of @crypto_scam. So there we are. Let's go ahead and dig in and see what Tone Vase has to say about stuff. Because that'll be good. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little bit like going into this just like, like one of those things. It's okay, though. We're going to get through this. If you've been following veteran cryptocurrency trader and analyst Tone Vase on Twitter or YouTube for the past 6 months, it's possible that you might have noticed a hint of negative sentiment from him towards XRP and Ripple. In an exclusive interview with Bitcoinist, we tried to get to the bottom of what he dislikes the most about the project. But what I want to know is, how do you even know where to start? There's so much to hate, right? So much to hate about XRP and Ripple. There's just so much. Here we go. The battle against the XRP army of the brain dead begins. Take it away, Tone. And there you go. Oh my lord. And see, that's what this little image is here. Should I make that the thumbnail? Or should I make this picture the thumbnail? Choices. I'll have to figure that out after I finish recording this. Number 1, XRP is just a security masquerading as a cryptocurrency. And here we go. XRP is a token created and controlled by Ripple Labs, aka Ripple the Corporation. They have tried to dissociate from XRP, but smart people know better. I believe XRP has always been an unlicensed/unregistered/uncompliant security of Ripple Labs. Oh my god. So that's completely absurd, right? I mean, it couldn't be more clear that's absurd. Ripple did not create XRP. Ripple has no control over the XRP ledger. If Ripple goes away, XRP ledger keeps on a chugging. It's not going to stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. So talking about trying to dissociate from XRP, to what do you even mean by that? It couldn't be more clear that Ripple's building on top of the XRP ledger, and they're proud to talk about the degree to which they're champions and responsible stewards for the entire XRP system, the ecosystem rather. And so that doesn't make any damn sense. So, but he says smart people know better, right? Smart people know better, so I guess that we're just stupid. I guess if you're listening to this, and I guess me too, since we're part of the XRP community, we are also XRP army of the brain dead, as he calls it. A devastating first blow, to be fair. It is hard to swallow Ripple's protestations that it has no control over XRP when it regularly dumps 1 billion or more of them on the market. Okay, that's literally not true. First of all, let's distinguish between two things. Ripple has no special permissions over the XRP ledger. You don't just own a certain amount of XRP and then have permissions over the distributed ledger technology as it pertains to XRP ledger. No, absolutely not true. They are not dumping 1 billion XRP on the market every single month. There's 1 billion XRP that comes out of escrow, and then they track to certain metrics in terms of volume to make sure that whatever amount they do sell, and by the way, they've reduced it based on new data in terms of volume as it pertains to the sale of XRP. And so based on the volume, they'll sell a certain percentage up, and the rest goes right back up. It's not that 1 billion XRP gets dumped on the market and on exchanges. This is disingenuous garbage. It's absolute garbage. Anyway, and then the article continues. The ongoing lawsuit is expected to continue on December 4th when Ripple will have to respond to the new filing put forward by the claimant that argues the monthly escrow release of XRP makes it an ongoing security sale. Well, we'll keep tracking that one, but we know that XRP is not a security because a security of what? Why would it be just Ripple? Why not every other entity that's building on top of the ledger or exchanges that hold it? Look, there are exchanges out there that have massive quantities of XRP, and so what's the threshold? Even if you were going to say the quantity of XRP held is what determines whether or not it's a security, which is bogus, even if so, what's the threshold? The devil's always in the details here. What about exchanges? What about Coinbase? What about Binance? Complete nonsense. Number 2 here, XRP has no real utility. Now, this might be my favorite on the list. It might be. So check this out. From ToneVase, here's a quote. The utility of XRP is completely fictional. There is absolutely no need to have a volatile currency and or security in the middle of sending data within the company or even sending data between two companies. In addition, this volatility is created by speculation and trading on non-compliant exchanges. Non-compliant exchanges, what, like Binance, like Coinbase? Are those the non-compliant exchanges that you're talking about? Because that doesn't make any damn sense. And you know what's so rich about this is he's a big proponent for Bitcoin, and really that's it. That's pretty much it. And what's so funny and so rich about this is that his coin of choice, technologically inferior, no doubt. I'm not even going to get into that, at least right, not the second. But there's no utility to be had with it. It's none. XRP is the only cryptocurrency on the planet to be used in the commercial production of anything. Period. That's it. Full stop. And he still has the gall to say the utility of XRP is completely fictional. Oh my lord. So he says there's no need to have a volatile cryptocurrency or security. It's not a security. We already talked about that. But there's no need to have a volatile currency in the middle of sending data within the company or even sending data. So let me ask you, what do you know that Ripple's 24 customers that utilize on-demand liquidity, which means XRP for transactions, what do you know that those 24 paying customers of Ripple don't? Why are those foolish 24 customers paying to utilize XRP as a bridge currency, Tone? What do you know that they don't? Please, could you send me a tweet? Could you tweet that to me? I'd like to know. Tweet it on the Twitter. I'd like to see that. Look, the truth of the matter is, XRP, the only way to solve the problem that is the fractured correspondent banking system is by utilizing a decentralized cryptocurrency. That's the secret sauce. It has to be decentralized. It can't even be a stable coin. So he says there's no need to have a volatility doesn't matter. Market makers will take that on. They make money on the buying and selling of the. Can I just debate ToneVase? Can I just do that? I would love to do that. Somebody set that up. Yeah, he's never going to talk to me. I would absolutely do that. He doesn't know what he's talking about here. And then the article continues, Vase most recently questioned the utility of XRP when Ripple announced a partnership with BitPay to enable XRP for payments. Was it positioning itself as a Libra competitor or trying to take over as a global reserve currency? And here's a tweet. Why is XRP being accepted for payment? Can someone at Ripple explain what XRP is? Is it a currency? Are you officially announcing that you have done what Libra is trying to do? Are you competing with EUR and USD like Bitcoin as a global currency? Well, see, the beautiful thing about XRP being a decentralized cryptocurrency is that any developer can do whatever they want on top of it. And so whatever BitPay is doing, partnership or not, you maybe should talk to BitPay. Look, cryptocurrencies right now, they're not being used as money. That's an extreme minority of people. And maybe there's even somebody listening to this channel that is part of the XRP community that is using XRP as money, and that's actually really cool. But that's an extreme minority thing to do these days, especially with the volatility. It's all about speculation in 2019. Well, not all. That's too strong. There's real utility to be had with XRP, obviously. But I was just more so thinking as far as consumer-facing applications, it's speculation. Let's be real. For consumers, that's the vast majority. And again, not literally, because you do have, within the XRP community, you do have XRP Tipbot, which is actually quite widely adopted, the most adopted Tipbot in the history of cryptocurrency. So that's definitely something right there, right? Number 3 here, XRP is not decentralized. Oh boy, here we go. And by the way, before I even read this next quote from him, do any of you think that he doesn't know this, or is he just being this disingenuous and he wants to steer people to incorrect? Like he really wants to spread false information? Because I don't know how somebody could be this involved in the world of cryptocurrency and not know basic things about this. And all of this, it's clear. It's so easy to fact check this stuff. Tone Vase, if you have the Webernets and the Googles, you can figure this out. But here's the quote from him. The claim that anything related to Ripple Labs or the XRP token technology and its nodes being decentralized is totally laughable. Is it? If XRP is discovered to be used in illicit markets, it would be shut down overnight with a phone call from U.S. authorities to the Ripple CEO. It's such garbage. Ripple has no control over this whatsoever. Just look at it. I don't even know what else do you say to, because you can put the facts in front of him and he still says no. It's just completely absurd. It's like for instance, if I had just say a $20 bill in my wallet, and then I open my wallet and I show you the $20 bill and I say, is there a $20 bill in my wallet? And then you say no, when you can see that there's a $20 bill in my wallet. What do you even call that? This is complete and utter nonsense here. So anyway, back in May, Vase tweeted that XRP is not decentralized or trustless and not even a blockchain. Oh my God, that's literally not true. It's absolutely a blockchain. Some argued that the XRP ledger would continue to exist if Ripple was shut down, hence it was decentralized. But in a later post, Vase quashed this idea also. Here we go. He highlighted that when Iran turned to Bitcoin last year to avoid U.S. sanctions, as reported by Bitcoinist, there was nothing any government was able to do about it. How about that? Vase argued that had it been XRP that Iran used instead of Bitcoin, Ripple would have been coerced by government officials to use of XRP. That's not even a complete sentence. To use of XRP. Thanks to crypto media. This, he says, is what defines the difference between Bitcoin and centralized S-word coins. And so here you can see, here's the tweet from Tone Vase. What's the difference between Bitcoin and S-word coin? Answer, if it's not Bitcoin, it's probably centralized. So there you go, he's already a maximalist. He already doesn't care about any of the cryptocurrencies out there. He wants Bitcoin to be the one savior for the world. It's complete nonsense. It's in La La Land. It's never going to happen. But anyway, he writes, just imagine what would happen to Ripple project if, say, hypothetically, Iran announced that they will be using XRP token to avoid U.S. sanctions. Ripple was randomly selected. And then you can see, so here, the legal status of cryptocurrency in Iran. The Iranian government had earlier this year signaled some opposition to Bitcoin and mining in general. This is because the government decried the use of power, which is a feature of cryptocurrency mining. Notably, power is subsidized in Iran, and many miners took advantage of this opportunity to have large mining farms. Accordingly, Javed Mardi urged the government to retain its policy on limiting Bitcoin in Iran. This is because authorities seized 1,000 Bitcoin mining machines in Yazd province just last month. The Iranian government seems keen on ensuring that Bitcoin miners don't profit off its considerably cheap power costs. And here's the part that they highlighted. Ironically, the American government has accused the Iranian government of actually using Bitcoin to circumvent sanctions. This is because Bitcoin is immutable and not subject to centralized control. Well, here's the thing. You can talk about calling up Ripple if this were the case, and XRP is absolutely decentralized, but it's just like I can't progress with the conversation if he's just going to pretend that I don't have a $20 bill in my wallet when I have a $20 bill in my wallet. Like, what do you do with that? It's just, he's got his head stuck in the sand. Number 4, Ripple's business plan is dishonest. And this is hilarious to me because obviously Ripple is the most transparent company in all of blockchain, period. Here's a quote, though, from Tone Vase. The only reason for XRP to exist is for a few people to get super rich and have competitive advantage over their more honest competition that choose not to print their own money. Ripple didn't print their own money, damn it. Or create unregistered securities providing the same service. Oh my God. With this money, they're able to buy influence with government officials, hire former SEC heads as their lawyers, promote with former U.S. presidents, and buy into failing companies like MoneyGram to pump XRP. It's just, and it goes back to what was the point I just said about their 24 customers utilizing XRP. And look, it's as far as the holdings of XRP and the transferring of all that, they could not be more transparent. As far as the way in which they're building out the ecosystem, they could not be more honest and transparent. It doesn't make any sense. So he's making these false claims about Ripple printing their own money and you saying that's them being dishonest. Using an unregistered security, well, that's not true either, but that's them being dishonest, right? That's complete and utter nonsense. And look, as far as MoneyGram, they're making some wise decisions. You say what you will about them, and fine, the stock price has been low, but there's still a place for remittance companies in the world, and they have a competitive edge thanks to RippleNet. Thanks to the utilization of on-demand liquidity in XRP. And as corridors are built out, this can be something that can genuinely be a game changer for MoneyGram. And CEO Alex Holmes, MoneyGram CEO Alex Holmes has stated as such. So they want further adoption of this technology. He's made it very clear. He wishes Ripple is getting through it faster. Then the article states, a tweet back in August set out Vei's understanding of Ripple's business plan. Certainly, the MoneyGram tie-up pumped XRP a good 15% back in June. So arguably, the plan has worked in the past. More recently, XRP has been having a somewhat worse time of it, though, even after its highly anticipated Swell conference, which, by the way, Swell was never intended to pump XRP. It's a thing they do, and there's a lot of networking that takes place there. And so here's a tweet from Tone Vase. You really can't make this up. Ripple's success plan. 1. Create and pump useless XRP token while keeping 75% plus for yourself to sell later to bag holders. Again, they didn't create it. How many times do I have to say this? 2. Use money to buy stock of failing companies. MoneyGram. Look, this is it was a mutually beneficial deal. I don't know why you have beef with that. It shows that Ripple's invested in MoneyGram quite literally, and they're confident that with the help of their technology, that things, that's just one of the reasons, but the things can go in the right direction. And indeed, the stock price since then had done well. I know it's come down a little bit since then, but hey, there's always retracement, right? Number 3, use news to wake up army of the brain dead and pump XRP. And there you go. So we're the army of the brain dead. And I am certain that he's the only one here that is not thinking, which is what makes it that much more comical. And then the article states, this is by no means the first time Tone Vase has spoken out about his concerns regarding Ripple and its native currency XRP. Oh my God, Ripple does not have a native cryptocurrency at all. It just holds a bunch of XRP. Come on, guys. Back in 2017, Vase spoke with Bitcoin developer Peter Todd on an episode of Crypto Scam Podcast about Ripple's suspect founder, Jed McCaleb, and the project's questionable value proposition. In the end, it was concluded that the Ripple system doesn't have a clear need for XRP. How come their customers disagree? I still want to know what you know that their customers don't know. They're paying customers that want XRP. I want it used as a bridge currency. I want to know what you don't know. And if you can't understand why people would speculate on XRP, which is driving the value of it, largely driving the value of it, because speculators understand that businesses need it in order to conduct their business models, specifically with Ripples. If you can't understand something as simple as that, I don't know how to help you. Like, maybe you need to talk to Jesus, brother. I don't know what to tell you. It could not be more freaking clear though. But I better wrap up this video. It's probably a hair longer than I intended, but I feel a little better now. I feel like I can go on with the day now. This had to be done. This had to be said. It's cathartic. That's it for this video, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!